Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Donald Trump, your president, attempt to highlight the art of the deal during a White House meeting with big oil chiefs unraveled in real time Friday as a highly choreographed pitch for a massive expansion of U.S. influence in Venezuela collapsed into a moment so disorienting that a cabinet secretary had to step in and rescue that joker on live TV. The sit-down was meant to lay out Trump's vision following last week's U.S. military raid that led to the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Trump told oil executives that he wanted at least $100 billion in private investment poured into Venezuela's energy sector, promising military security and enormous profits. Instead, Don the Con drifted off message and at one point appeared lost, unsure how to proceed next. Check him out.
All right, thank you. You'll make it back one way or the other. You're all going to do very well. I think really very well. Marco just gave me a note. Go back to Chevron. They want to discuss something. Go ahead. I'm going back to Chevron, Marco. Thank you, Marco.
Was there a question, Mr. President?
Yes, go ahead, Marco. What are you saying here?
Mark, if you can update us on operations in the ground and with the appropriate approvals, what you might be able to achieve in the next 12 to 18 months, give us a little view from the ground.
You bet. So today, Chevron has 3,000 employees in 4 different joint ventures in Venezuela today. And over the past 5 to 7 years, they've taken production from about 40,000 barrels a day to 240.
The guy on the far right who Marco Rubio signaled for help is Energy Secretary Chris Wright. Family, so that's all you got to do is just hand him a note and he'll read anything. Just like you put a teleprompter in front of him, he's just going to read exactly what's there because he don't have his own ideas, at least nothing that you can articulate in a classy manner or in an intelligent fashion. When he says stuff like huge and it's going to be big, those are his words. But anything that requires thought, no, he has to read from somebody else's. Even those rants he go on social media, that's all scripted. He's not even that intelligent, first and foremost, to write that much or that well, even just one or two things. He's just not that smart. He's just not that smart at all. He's been able to appear smart hiding behind money, like so many people do. There's a lot of people that just got money and people give them the benefit of doubt because they think to themselves, well, you gotta be smart. She gotta be smart. She got money. She got that much money. She gotta be smart. No, you just gotta be lucky. You just gotta be lucky, when you get to a certain level and you make a certain amount of money, it's hard to lose it. Once you start getting into a certain pattern, when you're making money, you know the right people, it's easy to just keep making that money, especially if you get a couple people around you who can help guide you. It's easy to continue to make that money. Just like you got some artists out there who are really slow. There are artists out there who are really, really slow, but they're able to make a lot of money. They sometimes it depends on what their lifestyle is like. If they spend a lot of money, they have to continue to make a lot of money. They have to stay on the road to replenish that money at all times. If they are frugal, then they don't have to work as much. They don't have to put in as much because they're not spending as much. But you just don't have to be smart to have money. You just have to be in the right place at the right time. It helps now, don't get me wrong. It helps to be smart to make money. There's a lot of people out there who are making money that are smart, but don't think just because somebody got money, they're automatically smart. Donald Trump is a prime example of why you should not think that way. I wish that somebody, since he just reads whatever somebody hands him, I really wish somebody would hand him a note that says, I resign. Because he'll read it. But you know what's crazy? I'm surprised he can read. Yeah, I'm surprised. But he really can't read that well, though, because he has to practice a whole lot, especially on the big words, you know. I mean, I'm talking about anything that has more than one syllable. He has to practice a lot. He has to practice a lot. It's hilarious because when you're handed a note, you're supposed to not say it out loud, right? If somebody slides you a note, you're supposed to read the note first, you know, in your head, right? You're supposed to read it to yourself, right? Not just read it out loud. But that goes to show you how slow he is and how much he's slipping. That same meeting, he got up and he looked out the window. It's like, oh, that's nice. Look at that. Like in the middle of a meeting, everybody's sitting there hanging on to his every word. And he gets up and look out the window and like, oh, this is nice. Look at that. Look, you know, he's gone, man. He gone. Yeah. If Biden would have done something like that, oh man, Fox would have been all over. Fox ain't said nothing about it. This is what happens when age strips away filters, shame, and the last traces of critical thinking. America isn't broken because of Trump. Trump is what happens when a country rots from the inside out. He's the symptom, not the cause. Decades of anti-intellectualism, nationalism, religious extremism, and corporate capture hollowed the place out. Trump just crawled into the vacuum. Yeah. Family, this is what happens when Grandpa shows top secret nuclear documents to the patrons at his rundown golf club. Yeah, that's what happens. America is so racist that it will go to hell in a handbasket with a white dude, an incompetent racist white dude, rather than having the best person in the office for the job. They'd rather have a DEI hire. Yeah, that's right, I said it. A DEI hire. That's exactly what Donald Trump is. He's totally unqualified to lead. And to prove it, he went and got an entire cabinet of people who's unqualified to lead. Yeah. It's only going to get worse, fam. Buckle up. It's only going to get worse. And that's sad. The dude was showing off top secret nuclear documents to patrons at his golf club. Yeah. That's wild. Leaving top secret documents in the bathroom. Oh man, this is crazy. This is wild, this is crazy. I know those all barons was sitting around listening to this dude and they just gotta take it. I can imagine what those conversations sound like when he's not around. Ooh wee, man. I can imagine. And then for leaders like Putin and what's his name? Xi Jinping. Yeah. For people like that, those type of dudes, and even the other leaders, to see what's going on, right? It was one thing when he was just minding his own business in the U.S. and just, doing stupid stuff and, going on Twitter rants with Americans. It became a whole other issue when he started having conversations with world leaders. He got to go and talk to this guy, talk to that guy, and they just sitting there listening to him like, this motherfucker is dumb. I mean, super dumb. And he do not care about America like you think he does. He do not care about America. He do not care about his grandkids, because he's actually going to leave this country in a worse place than it was before he took office. That's how you know you ain't shit. That's how you know what you did was not a good job. That's how you know you didn't do a good job. Whatever you do in life, whenever you step into a space, you should leave it better off than what it was when you found it. Even in relationships. If you're in a relationship, if you enter into a relationship, if that relationship dissolved by force or choice, the other person, it should be known, had a better life because they met you. You dig what I'm saying? But a lot of us, we don't even think like that. We just think, well, we can get out of the relationship. Same thing in business. A lot of us, we just think, what can we get out of the deal? That's how Trump is. What can he get out of America? You know, what can he get? Remember JFK said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Trump asks, what can my country do for me? I need to get me some money. How can I get a few more billion out of this country? How can I milk these damn fools? Every relationship you ever have in life, you should be able to walk away or close that relationship out with the knowledge that that person was better off, that entity was better off after you than before you. But back to Rubio and the passing of the note. Family, these dudes are running a country. And they don't know how to pass a note. He passed Trump the note that was meant to be private, and he read it out loud in front of the world. Family, that's like kicking your brother under the table to shut up, and he yells, "Stop kicking me," while he rats you out to your parents. Time out, man. Let me off, man. Let me off this train, because it is going to crash and I don't want no parts of it. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.